Imagine if you had enough money to stop aging, and that you had doctors and everybody at your beck and call to help slow down this process and make you live like Peter Pan for the rest of your life. And then imagine that you took it one step further and you decided to actually move into the house that Peter Pan lives, Neverland. This is what you would look like. God, hit it, Eileen. Okay? So, he's a disaster, but I mean, he has the resources to stop aging, you know. And the point being is that this is a beautiful process. Aging is a beautiful process. I view everybody in this room as a leader in the field of aging. It's our job to celebrate this process. At one of the events, one of the residents said, I didn't think I wanted to move in here, but now that I'm here, I love it. This is great. And I'm trying to get my friend to move in, but she says, I'll never be caught dead in an old folks home, or I'll never be caught in an old folks home. And that is, we all know, this is the stigma that weighs on the shoulders of our industry. But what I said to her afterwards, I said, call your friend up and tell her that there's a 43-year-old that's living in your community. It's not an old folks home anymore. It's amazing. I mean, if you were able to insert some youth on a permanent basis into these environments, could you have the ability to sort of change the stigma in the environment? I fully expected to find, one of the reasons I focused on emotions and my feelings and emotions was I was afraid that I might see something on the physical plant side, on the operational plant side, that would make me say, like, holy cow, now I know why everybody says they don't want to move to these communities. And what I'm here to tell you, I didn't find anything significant in that regard. But what I found was a ton of flaws in the way that I live my life right now. I talked about them a little bit. I'm too connected to the automobile. My neighbors, I don't have the camaraderie in my neighborhood, or any neighborhood for that matter, that I had and that I saw in the retirement community. Question there.
Yes, Steve, when you look back on your week, would you say, when all the residents told their stories, that there were common things that the residents enjoyed and common changes that they wish they could make in the retirement living? Is there sort of pros and cons? Yeah. Were they common themes amongst the residents?
I think these 7 Ps really address, I think they actually synthesize what I gained from the resident's voice more than from my voice. Okay, I observed it and I saw how I could make an impact. But that's the beauty of these communities, and that's what's so sad, is that more people do not get to know the people that live in these communities. Is that, a group of, and I'm borrowing this from Dr. Bill Thomas, a group of 4-year-olds, they're all very similar, okay? And a group of and freshmen in college, they're all really similar too. But when you put a group of, 70, 80, 90, 100-year-olds together, there's a bunch of common themes, but more importantly, there's uniqueness in all of those stories that is just fascinating, And so, for me, I could see how, and I've said this, it's like if I dropped my kids off this year at this community and just let them walk around for the entire school year and not go to school, I guarantee they'd come out probably more educated than they would if I sent them to the most fancy, expensive private school in town.
Well, thank you, Steve. We are so grateful to have somebody in our midst that has had that kind of experience and is willing to share it in an articulate way. And in the overflow, where I was sitting out here in the hallway, even there without the visual aid of Steve in the slides, we're still immensely enjoying the talk. So Steve is a great speaker. Thank you so much.